You ever wonder how a bunch of pearls could hold a lifetime of memories? Well, follow along, and I'm going to tell you how this custom piece was made for a customer to really just revel in the warm memories of her grandfather and of time living on a vineyard with her husband. Um, Today, I'm kind of focusing on the wrapping up here. I've got to do the photography of it and package it, and then I got to call the client and tell them the good news that the piece is ready. But I thought while I'm doing all that, I'd share some of the story behind it because there's a lot of rich story behind this piece. So follow along. First thing I have to do in photoing is polish everything. Make sure there's not any fingerprints. So you'd be surprised how big fingerprints show up in jewelry photography. But I have to do it in a different room because this is pretty fresh polishing cloth and it makes a lot of lint. It just flies everywhere, and then that gets in all the photos because I can't get it out of the room. So I'm going to polish that right here in another room. But man, this is an interesting story. First of all, I met this client doing a booth. I was doing a booth at a car show in Loveland, Colorado, just south of here. That's just a stone's throw from here. But yeah, it was a car show. I had a jewelry booth there. It's kind of interesting. Not the typical place you would think to meet new clients, but we had a good conversation. She took down my information, and a few months later, she got in touch with me with basically just telling me, "Hey, I've got these pearls. I've got a bunch of pearls that I absolutely love. My grandfather bought them for me. He bought them for her, right? And this is when she was a little girl. Her and her grandfather would go to SeaWorld, and she said that at that time, SeaWorld had divers that would dive down and get the pearls for you and bring them to you. And so she has fond memories of going to SeaWorld with her grandfather and getting these pearls. But over all these years, she'd never done anything with them. She just kept them. And so she was dying to finally do something with them and really enjoy those memories with her grandfather, right? And the other thing that went into this is she said she wanted to do something that looked like a bunch of grapes because at one point in her life, her and her husband went traveling around the country in an RV. And for a while, they stopped and lived in a vineyard for, I think she said like 2 to 3 months. And again, just amazing memories from that time in the vineyard. And she was telling me stories of at nighttime after everybody was done with their work. They would all gather and have a big barbecue, and it would just be a lovely time of everybody hanging out and having a good time. And so she also wanted to kind of honor that memory by putting the pearls in sort of a grape-like shape. And so that was really a great inspiration point for leaping off of for the design of this piece. So you may be asking yourself right now, wait a minute, Charming Quail does custom jewelry? If you've been following along for a while, that may become surprising news because I don't really talk about it very often. My primary focus right now is trying to get the jewelry lines up and rolling and really build a good catalog of that stuff and get the marketing dialed in and all that. But yeah, I also offer custom jewelry as well. And so this is a great example of some of the custom jewelry I've done. So excited to share this with you and yeah, kind of share with you the whole process of doing the photographs and everything else and how this jewelry was inspired and how it came to be. All right, now it's time to get some of those beautiful photos. Um, it's driving me nuts, honestly, because oh man, I've been so good at jewelry photography before, but this is really a new studio. I've used it a few times, but I haven't gotten everything dialed in quite yet. So every time I use this studio, I feel like I get pretty shots, but they're not quite what I want. Um, and I dial it in a little bit more and a little bit more every time. So hopefully this time I'll get it dialed in just right and get exactly the way I want. So tell me in the comments below, what do you think of the photos? Do you think I've nailed it? Do you think there's still some work to be done? I don't know. Let's see. So another interesting thing about this piece is that the client specifically requested that I add a signature or some sort of initials or something as an engraving on this piece. Just sort of like an artist's signature or something like that. She's very interested in the art community here and works with a lot of artists, buying pieces and things from artists in the area, and she really wanted my signature on the piece, which was kind of cool. So I'll show you that. I'll show you a picture of that engraving right now. So, but I thought that was pretty neat. That was, I've never had that request before, and I really enjoyed that. Get a number of shots from different angles for sort of like catalog shots for the product page. But I also like to get like a 360 video as well for the product page to make it kind of easier for you to see what it looks like from all angles, right? So that's what I'm working on right now. I've got it on the Lazy Susan rotisserie chicken. I don't know what you call this thing. It's rotating right now, but I think I've got. Oh, I can't see all my stuff. I don't want to move anything. I can see. I think I had this. I think I had the autofocus on the wrong setting, so it wasn't in focus the whole time. Let's try that again. Okay, a lot better. I'm gonna try it one more time to really nail it. But yeah, so this is me getting some of the shots. Once I get this shot done, then I'll kind of have all the really standard catalog pieces done, and I'll move on to trying to do something with more interesting background, which I'm still kind of working on getting some background pieces to really nail that. But being the fall season, I thought it might be fun to grab some fall leaves, so I'm going to play with that some today and see if we can get some really cool shots doing that. So, these are some leaves that I gathered from outside. As I suspected, they kind of dried up a lot since I picked them up. I may want to run out and grab some fresh ones. But let's see what we got. There were some really vibrantly beautiful red ones. I don't know what kind of tree that is out there, but we've got some lining the street near our house that are amazingly vibrant and beautiful. And then we've got a cottonwood nearby. Produces some nice yellow leaves. Kind of a mix. Kinds of fun stuff. And then I found some berries too that I thought would be kind of fun. I don't know how, I can't. Can you see? Ooh, fun berries. Just drop some on the floor. Let's see what kind of fun we can have here and what kind of fun shots we can get with this. I think this should create some interesting fall fun. What do you think? We'll have to see how they come out in a second here, huh? I think I'm gonna make a mess. This is probably gonna be a trick to clean up. I gotta find some backgrounds that are easier to clean up and don't dry up and age. Since the last time I photoed, I've really gotten the lighting dialed in a little bit better. The white balance does dialed in a lot better, so I'm loving that. But yeah, check out these photos. This is coming out great. We've got this beautiful pearl necklace for this client, and good news. I asked her if she would be honored to have this on the shop as an option for other people to buy too, if she'd be willing to share this design, or if this is something that she wanted to keep personal and just to herself. And she was excited and delighted to have it available for other people to enjoy this beautiful piece. So by the time you see this video, there's a good chance this is probably already up in the shop and available for purchase. So go check that out after, of course, you hit like and subscribe. But yeah, I'll have a link for that in the description below to go straight to the link page for that, the product page for that. I need a lunch break. I worked through my lunch to do this, but man, it was well worth it, and I'm gonna go get a little late lunch. So yeah, go hit up that product page and check out this video next. If you enjoyed this one, you're gonna love this one too. So I'm Alex Reynolds, founder and designer of Charming Quail Jewelry Design, where we design jewelry that helps you revel in whatever it is you nerd out about, but with an elegance that's going to make everybody else jealous. So I'll see you on the next video.